Hola, first graders. Welcome to the second day of this week's lesson. Let's go ahead and get started to talk about poetry. What you will need for this lesson is your writing journal and a pencil. If you don't have those materials right now, go ahead and pause this video right now. Go grab them, and when you're ready, press play. With poetry, we're going to be working with a few things today. Let's look at our writing goal. I can hear, visualize, and act out poems. I can explore and generate movement words. Another name for that is verbs. Our social goal is I can move around the room responsibly. So there are a couple of things that we're going to be working on today while we are studying poetry. So let's go back and reread our goal. I can hear, visualize, and act out poems. I can explore and generate movement words. I can move around the room responsibly. On Monday, we discussed what poetry was and what poets do. What was their purpose for writing poems? So we're going to go back and review real quick what poetry is. Poetry is a form of writing that expresses feelings, experiences, or thoughts. And remember, this unit, we are becoming poets because we're going to be writing poems of our own. But there are different reasons why poets write poems. It is to tell a story, to express a feeling when they're feeling happy or sad, to be funny. They can rhyme as well, to describe a person, an object, or an idea, to send a message to the audience, or to convince the audience or the reader to think a certain way. All right, we have discussed what poetry is and what it can look like. Right now, let's go back to our goal, right? Our goal today mentioned that we were going to listen to a poem and we were going to visualize. Now, in reading this week, you're going to be doing some visualization as well. And so before we get started with anything, I want you to think about, what does it mean when you visualize? And when you have an idea, show me a silent thumb. I'm going to go ahead and reread that question for you to think about in your brain. What does it mean when you visualize? Okay, I see a couple of thumbs up. When you have your idea, go ahead and grab your pet or your stuffy or share with a family member your answer. Pause this video right now so that you can think, you can pair, and you can share your idea with your pet, your stuffy, or your family member. When we visualize, we create a mental image, a picture, or a movie in our minds as we are reading. Some questions that help us visualize are, what do the words or pictures remind us of? Can you connect the text to your own experiences? Does this remind you of another text, another book? We also use our five senses, our sight, our hearing, our smelling, our tasting, and our touch to visualize, okay? And that is what we're going to be doing this unit. We're going to visualize poems and use our five senses to help us understand what we are reading. We have been able to visualize this school year when we are reading and writing in all three classrooms. And so in different classrooms, we use different things to help us remember what to do when we visualize. I know that in Miss Estevez's class, you all use this song right here to help you remember what to do when you visualize. In room 116, we use this song right here to help us remember what to do when we visualize. I'm going to go over this song quickly so that you get to learn it in room 114 and room 115, and join room 116 in using this song to help us visualize. Okay, and here it goes. Visualize, visualize, I can visualize. Words make pictures in my head of all that I just read. Visualize, visualize, I can visualize. People, places come alive when I visualize. Typically, we would sing this song 2 times, and that's why at the bottom it says repeat 1 more time. But Miss Estevez's class and Miss Price's class, feel free to use either your song that you learned in class or the one that we use in room 116. Take a second to go over it right now by pausing this video and singing aloud the song that you would like to use to help you remember how to visualize. First graders, we are going to listen to a poem today 2 times, and we're also going to go over some vocabulary before we read this poem. The first word is arches. Can you say arches? Awesome. Arches means bends. The second word is particular. Can you say particular? That word means special. The third word is pads, and this means walking softly. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to visualize and make a mental image or movie in our brains as we're listening to the poem. Now, if you forget some of these words that we just discussed, it's okay. I am going to discuss these words the second time I read the poem. Okay, first graders, the first thing I need you to do is go ahead and close your eyes and just relax. And if you need to focus more, go ahead and just bend down your head a little bit with your eyes closed. And we're going to get ready to listen to the poem 2 times. Relax, and let's get ready to visualize. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read the poem 2 times. Here we go. Everyone should have their heads bent down if you'd like to, but everyone should have their eyes closed so that we can visualize those mental images in our brain. Here we go. This poem is called Cat by Mary Britton Miller. The black cat yawns, opens her jaws, stretches her legs, and shows her claws. Then she gets up and stands on 4 long stiff legs and yawns some more. She shows her sharp teeth. She stretches her lip. Her slice of a tongue turns up at the tip. Lifting herself on her delicate toes, she arches her back as high as it goes. She lets herself down with particular care and pads away with her tail in the air. I'm going to go ahead and read this poem one more time. And go ahead and keep your eyes closed and really think about how you can build and make a mental image in your brain by using the words that I am reading. Here we go. The black cat yawns, opens her jaws, stretches her legs, and shows her claws. Then she gets up and stands on 4 long stiff legs and yawns some more. She shows her sharp teeth. She stretches her lip. Her slice of a tongue turns up at the tip. Lifting herself on her delicate toes, she arches her back. Remember, arches means bends. So she's bending her back as high as it goes. She lets herself down with particular care. Remember, particular means special. So she is with special care. And pads away. So she is walking softly away with her tail in the air. What I would like you to do right now is go ahead and open up your eyes. And we're going to get ready to discuss what we visualized. I read the poem 2 times to you, and we had an opportunity to close our eyes and visualize, build a mental image in our brains based off of what we heard. Now it's your turn to share with a partner, what is it that you saw? What did you visualize while listening to this poem? I'm going to show you 3 sentences that you can use today with your partner to share your idea about what you visualize in your brain. The first one is, as I read, I visualized, and then you explain what you visualized. The second one is, when I was reading, I created a mental picture of. And the last one that you can use is, when I was reading, I saw in my mind. So go ahead and pick one today and share with your family member, your stuffy, or your pet about what you visualize while listening to the cat poem. Go ahead and pause this video and share your ideas. We're going to take the cat poem that we just listened to, and we're going to be acting it out today. We're going to be moving around our space responsibly. And what that means is that we're going to be safe. We're going to have a safe body by not hurting others, like our family members or pets that are around us. Okay? And we're going to have control over our bodies too, to be able to show the movements that we're going to be acting out while you listen to this poem again. So friends, pick a spot around your house where you are going to be safe and moving responsibly. Remember to be a Mustang, okay? The Mustang way, follow and be safe. Well, let's get started. Okay, so as you know, the title of this poem is called Cat. And there's a cat in this poem that does many different things. So what we're going to be doing today, while we're moving responsibly, is we're going to pretend to be a cat. We're going to listen to the poem and we're going to act out the poem as you listen to the words that I say. All right, are you ready, my friends? Well, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and read the poem, and as you listen to the words, go ahead and pretend to be a cat and move around and do as what you hear. Here we go. The black cat yawns, opens her jaws, stretches her legs, and shows her claws. Then she gets up and stands on 4 long stiff legs and yawns some more. She shows her sharp teeth. She stretches her lip. Her slice of a tongue turns up at the tip, lifting herself on her delicate toes. She arches her back as high as it goes. She lets herself down with particular care and pads away with her tail in the air. First graders, thank you for moving around responsibly as you were listening to the poem a third time. Here's a question for you. What are some things that the cat does when it wakes up? What are some things that the cat does when it wakes up? When you have an idea, show me a silent thumb. If you have 2 ideas, show me 2 fingers. If you have 3 ideas, show me 3 fingers. 4 fingers. 5. Get ready to share with your pet, your stuffy, or a family member. When you are ready, pause this video right now so that you are able to turn and talk to your partner. Okay, thank you for sharing your ideas, friends, with your partner. Now we're going to come back together and discuss the poem and answer the question, what are some of the things that the cat does when it wakes up? And some of the things that the cat is doing in this poem are a lot of movements, okay? And so we're going to be looking for movement words. Another name for that is verbs, action words, okay? Movement words. So some words that I saw in the poem that show movement that the cat did when it woke up is yawn, stretching the legs, okay, stands. All right, and those are just a few words. There might be some more in there, but those are just some examples of movement words or verbs, okay? Movement words are verbs. Can you say verbs? Verbs. Awesome. Okay, so the cat is yawning, right? We only had the words, and that's what we visualize in our brain. The cat is stretching. The cat is standing. And the cat lifts. These are all different examples of movement words that the cat is doing in the poem, okay? And so as you can see, we're moving our bodies, or the cat is moving their body to do that specific action. The last thing we're going to do today is we're going to listen to another poem. And you're only going to listen to me read this poem one time, because then you get to do something with it. So go ahead and close your eyes and listen with your ears and your hearts. All right, this poem is called Jump or Jiggle by Evelyn Bayer. Frogs jump, caterpillars hump, worms wiggle, bugs jiggle, rabbits hop, horses clap, snakes slide, seagulls glide, mice creep, deer leap, puppies bounce, kittens pounce, lions stalk, but I walk. So listen to the poem one time. Now what I would like you to do is read the poem independently, okay? And if you need some help, go ahead and ask an adult at your household to help you read through the poem. But you're going to become a detective and try to think about the words in the poem that tell how animals move. You're going to write this down in your writing journal. You're going to make a chart like this right here that I have on the page and write down movement words or verbs. Okay, and in that chart, you're going to write down the words that you listen to in the poem that tell how animals move. Okay, go ahead and pause this video right now to go ahead and do that independently. Awesome job today, first graders. I'm so proud of you. Let's all raise our hand and do an air high five. Boom. Nice job. All right, friends. I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you on Friday. Adios.